Please rise for the meeting.
One nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Ray, prayer, please.
God our Father, we ask your blessings upon Grand Isle. We ask your protection during this hurricane season and for the safety of all persons on the island, the beach, and the waters throughout this summer. We also ask for an end to the war with Iran. We pray for the political leaders of Iran to come to a conclusion that they will never win this war. They can only end it. We also pray for our military personnel in the war with Iran, that they will all soon return home. Amen.
Thank you, Mr. Ray. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Chief Hernandez. James Sheremy.
Here.
Harley Stelly.
Here.
Lauren Gonzalez. Brian Bartholomew.
Here.
Michael Ciano.
Here. Okay, today is July the 8th. We want to welcome you all tonight. We got a good little crowd. We got some good news. Moving forward in a lot of projects, so I think we'll do all right, and we'll start this meeting.
David, I'd like to make a motion to open the agenda.
Okay, all right, Brian?
Before I open, I want to explain. I'd like to add into the agenda. I know we have a moratorium right now set on
Adjustment.
the variance.
Variance.
And I believe you have a school for these guys coming up on July 18th.
Exactly.
right?
Mhm.
And if item number 10, if the meeting is canceled for the next one, we won't have another meeting for like 4 weeks. And I'd like to make a motion to lift the moratorium once this schooling is done with the Board of Adjusters. Is that fair?
Well, no. The reason for it, the school that we're talking about is a minimum 4-hour initial training for the planning and zoning people. Now, the variance is under the Board of
Planning and zoning?
Yes, it's a different board, and besides, they haven't had any training at all. And the reason we put the moratorium in effect was because the people on the board with the variance, there wasn't a member that knew what a setback was, or the reason for a setback,
Okay.
as was indicated.
And
So
the-
there's a lot of training that needs to be done, and that's why I brought up the need to sign a contract with South Central Planning and Development,
Okay.
because they have people who are experts in planning and zoning.
But one of them's coming,
laws, the rules.
one of them's coming with the state, and one's coming from South Planning.
I'm sorry?
One of them from the state is going to be giving, teaching the class, and one from South Planning is going to be there.
Right. See, this class is your 4-hour initial
Right.
training, but it doesn't even tell you what a setback is. It doesn't go into that at all.
But that's a question they maybe can ask,
Huh?
or maybe they can ask.
They, with this 4-hour plan, it's a PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah.
Everything it is in it that it covers, and really what it covers is the duties and responsibilities of the board to protect themselves.
Yeah,
And the reason why I'm asking is
Yeah.
we have a lot of people that's out right now that got construction loans that's waiting on this variance. And that's costing them a lot of money and interest that they're paying on loans that they can't move forward.
Yeah.
And how long we've been going on for this for what, 2 months now? And now we're gonna go on another 2 months again? I mean, this is not
Or
acceptable.
however long, I think what we're getting confused on is that you're saying it's costing people a lot of money. Variances are not automatic.
I understand
There's
that.
very few of them that are granted.
I understand that, but
And
that's gonna be
a
the
lot
decision of that board.
Variances that have been granted were because people just wanted to build bigger,
Correct, I understand.
right? And that's called a self-imposed hardship, and it doesn't qualify for a variance. Now,
Well-
a variance ungranted would be something such as if we had a ditch in the way, drainage, or a large drop-off in an area.
And that could be some of the reasons they want to move forward with it. I mean, at this point, we don't know until we can lift this moratorium.
Has
So
anyone put forth an application for a variance?
they've been telling they
Yes.
can't do it because
Has
they got a
anyone put
moratorium
forth
on
an
it.
application?
I
Yes.
just told you.
Okay, and what were those reasons for the variance on the application?
Ian has the applications.
I'm sorry?
Ian has the applications.
At one time, he said.
We got to come up with a
How
better
many you
system.
said?
This is
3
not
or 4?
working
Got
what we're
quite a
doing.
few.
Right,
I mean, we
agree
turning
100%
people away
with you.
because of
It's not
a
working.
simple,
It's not, it is not working, but our board has to know what their duties and responsibilities are and what they can do and can't. I was at a board meeting where the board took it upon themselves to waive the state's right of way. You know, they waived a variance on a state right of way.
What if we train him?
That's illegal.
What if we train him that with that whole 4 hours we got here Saturday on the 18th?
Again, the 4 hours is just the beginning, this is
Okay,
ongoing.
but
It's-
South
it's pretty
Central,
in-depth.
I got South Central, one of their guys is gonna be there, and the guy from the state's coming. He's got all their names to give their little certificate. But
Both
he said-
boards are signed
Huh?
up. Both boards are signed up for the class.
Right. So,
Well, what-
I'm just saying,
I understand, I'd love to get a solution right now so we can move forward with it.
right,
One solution is that, I say South Central Planning, they have experts in the field of planning and zoning laws, and
And-
if they could come and sign a contract with them, they'll run the meetings and arbitrate it and, you know, spell out. Because one of my main concerns right now is that we're exposing the members of these boards to personal injury and financial injury. What I mean by that, because as a member of the board working for the town, they do have immunity with the town. Unless they do something outside the law, then the town cannot cover them.
Yeah.
And that's what I would like to see avoided.
Or
Well,
why
I'm
don't we
move
just
forward.
not cancel the meeting? Because the parish meeting is like early afternoon. Why can't we just keep our regular meeting at 6?
I mean, we can discuss that when we get to line item 10.
yeah, we can do
Okay.
that. Okay.
I mean, if that's, I mean,
You gotta read that
Well, I'm gonna move forward with my motion. I mean, I know by law, we gotta have everybody on board, but I'm gonna move forward with my motion.
Okay, move by Brian, have a second.
I'll second.
All in favor, signify.
so are we still discussing
you
it?
wanna
Or what,
add it?
because that's what I'm saying, like, if
You
we
wanna add
could
that
talk
onto it?
about keeping the meeting, then we could do the variances.
That-
Like, why cancel a meeting?
I know 3 of us saying, I know I ain't gonna be here for the next meeting. I'm gonna be working.
So, I mean, it's just a parish meeting early
Yeah.
afternoon, so, I mean. And then that would help keep everybody being able to do what
It
we need
still
to
ain't gonna
do.
solve the issue, because James is saying that the school's not proper for what they want.
But people wouldn't have to wait so long till that extra 4 weeks. We
Yeah.
still have that meeting coming up.
That meeting wouldn't resolve it. He just said that a PowerPoint class is not gonna be suffice for them to move forward. So I'm gonna leave my motion on as is if it passes.
We do have other options that we'd allow to move forward. And that would include getting experts in the field that would help in guiding the planning and zoning.
That wasn't included in when we voted on it. That wasn't included
Okay.
when we voted on it to put the moratorium.
All right, to make things move quick, I talked to Moose today. I told him that I needed somebody to come to the town hall, or we could do it virtual. Me and Bonnie and Ian and all, do a little virtual, give an update of what they can do for looking at our permits. And I said, can you do that this week? I tried to get them this past week. I talked to them today. They're gonna call Monday morning, and they're gonna give us a date and a time. They wanna get with us virtual, and they wanna explain to us about our permits and all. So that's a start right there.
Right.
To move
So-
forward with South Central Planning.
And move forward. So they're in the system, but he did call me about 3 o'clock today, because I've been asking him, can y'all come? And they wanted my girls to go up there, and they decided, look, we could come Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, just give me a date, so tomorrow they're gonna call me. He said, I'll call you and let you know tomorrow what's the date. And I just talked to him about 2 o'clock today. I said, I need y'all there, and then Saturday on the 18th, your guys will be training. One of you guys and the guy with the state, which I talked to very much, he's gonna get the professional training to them. But once I could get them to look at what's going on with the permits and all them, they're gonna sit down. He's gonna call me tomorrow and let me know what date we're available, talking to me and the girls, and talking about the permits and Ian. And that was a call today about 3 o'clock. So they are moving forward, and like you said, if we can bring that up, and they're getting training there, at least they'll have a professional maybe to help these people that need a variance. instead of waiting and waiting, because we get them almost every other day, and I know we work to try to do the right thing, but by bringing a team, I think I can make all that work out.
Right. You know, I think a lot of people are confused about why we have setbacks
Yeah.
on our building. And one of them
Yeah.
mainly is, it's a safety concern. So that the fire department can get behind, in back of the buildings. There's
And
room
what
for
you're
something.
saying, these guys, they could be, we're talking to them tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and they're gonna come in and start looking at permits and stuff like that. But they wanna talk to us, come in. I finally got them in. They were so busy. I know you called, and I told them, look, and they called me today at 3 o'clock. So that should fit in for what you're asking for.
So are we planning to have South Central Planning working with the town?
Well, they're gonna,
In the
they're gonna look at us on the computer and work with us and get some numbers give us a sheet
That's
of
still
what the
not,
permits were.
that's still not gonna solve what we're discussing.
Yeah. Well,
We're
I'm just
discussing to
saying-
be at the meeting for them to make a decision when they, like
Yeah.
James said, when they come up for variances,
Okay.
somebody's gotta be in that meeting to know what's going on, correct?
Correct.
So, we just gotta come up with something. It just is going on too long.
My thing is to worry, like, we already got a lawsuit going on in town. How many more can we risk if we don't have the proper protocols?
I
So we
agree,
need
but
to-
we just need to come up, I mean, I think we've been pushing this aside too long.
And that's the only dates the state gave me, he can come in. And he looked like he's.
You just gotta look at, people do have loans made for jobs and they go get it. I mean,
Yes, but again, Brian, let me say this. When you buy your property, you know your dimensions on your property.
I understand that.
And when
But,
you go for your.
but like I
plan
just
on
told you a few
building-
minutes ago, it could be one that's like for a ditch or something.
But when you
Not
go
because
for
they
a
wanna build
loan
something
on your
big.
building, you have your building plans
Mm.
that show you what you can do. For an example, it was Assumption Parish, 19,080 applications for a variance, and they granted 30 out of 19,000. So variances are not a given by any
I understand, but
means.
right now, we're not giving an option to them at all. They,
Yeah, they
at all.
come in
Well,
every day.
I say like Harley just said, it's important that when we do it right.
I agree.
I understand the need to move it, I'm all for it. Like I say, one solution is let's go and, South Central Planning gave us a quote. They presented to us what they could do. They do have professionals, the vice president of South Central Planning, he's the one who wrote the International Building Codes. He was on one of the authors of them. They do know the codes. If anything, the town needs to get someone on board that's gonna steer us in the right direction.
They called me today, and they're gonna set up something with us.
Okay, in that meeting, they setting you up, can you find out if we can have someone come to our planning and zoning
I'll let
meeting
you know.
Yes,
that can guide them and direct them at our
Right.
meetings so we can
Right.
live this
That's
moratorium?
what I'm talking about. I
Okay.
said, I need some help now to
All
put a
right.
package together.
I'm good with that.
Okay,
All
all
right.
right, all right,
Motion to close the agenda.
okay, all right, thank you. All right,
No special presentations. We have requesting to speak Jeff Richard regarding discuss requirements to install hardy board to obtain a building permit.
Hi, my name is Jeffrey Short. I live in Marrero. I'm here to talk about my parents' property at 237 Rosethorn. I'm looking to revitalize it and put new siding on the exterior of it. Currently, it has like a 110, like a T110, they tell me, board, and I'd like to remove that, put plywood up and the hardy board on top of the plywood. When we went to get the building permit, they're telling me that if you open up the walls, you have to bring it up to current code. Now, that camp was built in 1980, so it's almost 50 years old now. And to do that would cost my mom and dad, as well as me, a lot more money. So I'm looking to ask to grandfather me in.
So you're not opening the walls, you're just removing planks? and
Well,
putting-
no, it would be opening the walls because I'd like to take it off, the existing completely off, and then put new back on.
you talking about leaving the studs and the walls and just take the,
Yeah, just the exterior board off, and then put new plywood But you'd be exposing the studs when you take the old one off.
And
But
he
then
is not
put
here to
plywood
discuss.
on, and then,
Ian is not here to discuss, but I did have our CBO speak to Mr. Richard.
And he said the same thing?
Nick said the same thing?
That's ridiculous.
Wow.
So they gotta, for him to change some exterior walls, they want him to lift his camp?
No.
That's
No,
what
no,
he's
no,
saying.
No, not lift the camp. Once you expose the walls, you
They're-
bring it to code in order as far as the strapping, the type of wood you're going to put.
they're telling me you have to put strapping top and bottom on the wall, as well as, I think, some kind of rock
Yes.
somewhere. He talked
Straighten it.
directly to my contractor, so I don't know all the details, but
I still find that's ridiculous. And they wonder why people don't get permits, because it's rulings like that.
And I was trying to get it done as soon as possible, but because we're coming up on our worst months for hurricane season, and the contractor's telling me it's going to take him 2 to 3 weeks to do it once he gets started, so
It'll get stricter.
So
It'll
to
get even more strict.
leave your T-111 in place and put your hardy board over your T-111, you wouldn't have any zoning problem? Any
I-
building code problems?
I would not, but it's rotten at the base, so some of it would have to come off no matter what. So I'd rather pull it all off and put all new is what my preference would be.
I don't know how we would move forward with that.
It's a CBO issue, our
Well,
CBO.
I understand that, but I'd rather get a legal advice from an attorney.
Maybe we could get with Nick, and he was just saying he's not changing the whole walls all around the house, do we understand? Just one section.
Yeah, nothing structural, yeah, nothing structural, it's just removing the exterior board.
Removing the whole exterior wall, exposing the
And you
two.
got 2x6.
Yeah, 2x4s probably is the
2x4s.
wall.
And you think that most of them are still good, the 2x4s that you got in there?
Yeah, well, I would think so. I would think all structurally, it's all.
And you
it's all
want to do the
good.
whole house? Let's try to, I don't know, go back and call Nick, I guess, to try it.
I think that'd be
I
the
spoke
best.
to him.
I say,
I spoke
give
to
us,
him.
give us a week or so.
Yeah, let us
get with,
let's-
get
I'm
with
gonna
him and see if
Ian
we
and
can
give him
resolve
Nick
it,
and
because this
maybe-
don't sound right to me.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe
Thank-
on behalf of the council, listen to what you're saying, you want to save that house. Let's see if we can get together, get them to look at this and see how we can help you out.
Okay,
All right,
thank
Jeff.
you.
All right,
Thank you
Jeff.
for coming, sir, thank you. Okay,
Minutes for approval, June 24, 2026, Town Council meeting.
what's that?
I make a motion, we accept. Second?
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, I'm sorry.
6A, an ordinance requested by Sunset Cove LLC, Michael Oliver, for approval to rezone a portion of Lot 34 of the Bourgeois subdivision from B3 Business to R7 Recreational Vehicle Subdivision Residential District, which is located in the town of Grand Isle, Jefferson, Louisiana, all in accordance with a preliminary plan prepared by Angelette Design entitled Sunset Cove Preliminary Plat, June 18, 26, dated 18 June 2026. This is the first hearing.
Okay, you got anybody that want to talk about it? It's the first hearing, a public hearing. Anybody in the audience? Anyone in the council?
I would like to get the dimensions. My packet, it's hard to read. Everything is black on it. So I have no idea what the total sizes would be of the zones that we're changing.
You a better copy?
You talking about each individual lot, James? Mr. Chairman?
I think he's talking about the overall measurements of the R7 zones.
Right, the two R7 zones and the three B3 zones, the size of them.
Okay.
Okay, we'll get that to you. Okay, all right.
6B, ordinance Ordinance amending Article 4 Collection Fees, Section 74-116, Schedule, and Section 74-118, Reduce Garbage Rate and Exemptions, first hearing.
Okay, I know we've been meeting on that, if y'all want to kind of discuss it to the public, and I know, James, you had wanted to wait at the time, now it's on the agenda, so.
I'd like to say something on it.
Yes, go ahead, Brian.
Back in 2002, the town council adopted an ordinance establishing separate sanitation rates for residents and non-residents. Although I was not serving on the council at the time, my understanding is that this distinction was made for seasonal and residents, because the seasonal, they generated more garbage in peak periods, resulting in higher disposal costs. After reviewing the sanitation fund and its long-term financial outlook, the proposal before the council is to establish a single sanitation rate of $28.96 per family unit for both residents and non-residents. To make this possible, the proposed budget includes reductions in certain expenditures while continuing to provide essential sanitation services. This proposal is intended to balance fairness with fiscal responsibility and ensure the sanitation department remains financially sustainable. The council's intent is to implement these rates for 6 months and carefully monitor the financial performance of the sanitation fund. During the next budget cycle, we will evaluate whether revenues are sufficient to cover operating costs. If adjustments are necessary, they can be made based on the actual financial data rather than assumptions. You agree with that?
Yes, I
Okay.
think that's what we had discussed at the sixth,
Right.
reviewing it at
Correct.
in January.
Right, that's what we,
Correct,
we
yes.
sure did.
That's,
Okay. So again,
What does that mean
uh,
to us?
ma'am, would you come up,
Bill?
ma'am, would you come up
You
to the
have to come up to
podium?
the podium.
State your name, and
Hi, I'm Vivi Chermy, and I'm just wondering what that means to us.
The locals, we had a rate lower right now than the seasonal people with the camps. This would drop the rate to where we'd be at the same rate at $28.96. They wouldn't have a higher rate than what we pay now.
So theirs would drop and ours would stay the same?
Yes.
So we have different amounts at different locations. Is that
Was that, I'm
going to
sorry?
be impacted?
Different what?
Like at the house is different than at the houseboat. That's different prices for
Is-
garbage.
You
One's
pay
fo-
different
one's
on-
48, right? And one's
Yes.
less than that, like 20?
It will be the same.
Yes.
They will be the same if the ordinance passes.
But they will be how much?
$28.96.
Okay.
almost $29.
Yep.
And that's what we're proposing is for a 6-month period.
Yeah.
And then in January, we look and see where we're at, because bottom line, the town has to pay Pelican for the services.
Right.
So we have to make sure that we can work this into our budget.
Okay, one more question. I have a house in Lafourche, so does Chew, but, and it's Pelican, I believe, or, I'm sorry, it's River Birch. But they pick up our debris, which is included with our garbage fees. But here, it's a separate fee. If you have debris to be picked up, you have to pay by the tonnage, which you don't know until it's done. Why is that?
It was actually collected on property taxes, and
Yes,
That's-
we had a meeting last week, and Lafourche Parish has a different billing cycle. Y'all get billed on your property taxes for that, and that covered. That's why it's covered underneath y'all sanitation like that. Is that what I'm correct, James? You was in a meeting with me?
Right, it's a
Yeah.
tax millage that goes into property tax that covers your garbage. And now,
Right.
that's how it was. Lafourche is in the process of changing that back over now.
Yes.
So you'll be getting your higher bills again.
Hate
Okay,
to say
thank
it, but that's what we was told.
Just stay in Grand Isle. Sell everything and come to Grand Isle. A little cheaper.
It's going to be introduced. This is the introduction, so it'll be at.
this is the
No,
first
just
hearing.
first hearing, so it'll be
The
next
next
meeting.
meeting will be second hearing. And if they vote at that time, that'll be the final hearing.
Yeah.
Unless there's other concerns, put it up for another minute.
Probably.
The
Somewhere around
second
there.
Wednesday and Wednesday in August.
So around, let's say around Christmas, we'll know if it's going to go or not.
Oh, when we relook at the numbers, yes.
Go ahead, Mr. Eric. Come to the podium so the people can see you, especially the people that's watching us. They want to see everything, which is great. It's okay. It's okay.
I'm Eric Porsche. Talking about the garbage, y'all saying a 6-month trial period, right? If it starts in August, you don't think we're losing a lot of revenue because camp owners are not gonna be coming in, so the revenue's gonna be down?
No, they're still gonna pay even though they're not here.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
That's
they'll
what I
get
wanted to make
billed,
sure.
no, they'll be billed.
It
no
won't be
matter-
reflected,
No,
okay?
it won't.
Okay, that's what I was concerned
okay.
about, okay.
And like I said, yes, ma'am. Come to the podium, please, ma'am. A lot of people looking at us, so say your name and say you love Grand Isle. Come on. Just kidding.
My name is Tori Bennett Galliano, and I do love Grand Isle, but I'm a resident
right.
here. This goes back to the RV lot thing. I have the size of the whole RV lot, and also those 4 smaller ones in the front, if y'all want them.
Okay.
Okay.
You want them?
Yes.
The whole RV lot is 180 by 417, and the 4 smaller ones in the front are 40 by 80.
40 by 80?
Yes.
All right.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And what, excuse me, ma'am, Ms. Galli, what park is that?
That's for the one for Michael Oliver. The
Sunset Cove.
Sunset Cove.
Sunshine.
So
You said you couldn't see it.
But these aren't the zones, correct?
No, I thought you said
The
you
big
could, I thought you
3
said you
zones.
couldn't see the size on there.
No,
Oh.
it was the size
Yeah.
of the zones.
The whole zone complete, so that's
Okay,
what he was
I can
asking.
ask him, I was just, if you want me to
We
get
have-
that.
Like I said, I show you, we have it,
Yes, I will have a better copy
so
for
dark
them.
you couldn't,
Yeah.
couldn't read it.
Okay,
All right,
just trying to help.
Thank you so much. Okay, where we at?
7, 8.
7A, Grand Isle Police Department.
All right, Chief, go ahead. You got the floor.
Yeah, Mayor, Council, public. Grand Isle Police Report for June 19, 2026 through July 2nd, 2026. Total call-outs, 163. Medicals and fire, 11. Total violations, 74. 49 speeding, 2 expired registration, 1 passing, no passing zone, 10 driving golf carts side by side on highway, 1 suspended driver's license, 1 failure to stop at a stop sign, 2 no driver's license, 1 no MVI tag, 1 no license plate, 1 no insurance, 1 passing on shoulder, 1 no taillights on trailer, 1 underage driver, 1 driving course only, 1 expired plate. Total arrests 2, summons 4. Arrest 2, charges 5. 1 with marijuana, 57.9 grams, felony. 1 distribution of marijuana, 57.9, felony. 1 possession of drug paraphernalia, misdemeanor. 1 possession of controlled dangerous substance in the presence of a juvenile. 1 warrant, fugitive out of Wisconsin. Summons 4, charges 7. 1 simple battery, 1 vehicle on the beach, 2 possession of marijuana, 2 possession of controlled dangerous substance, presence of a juvenile, 1 possession of drug paraphernalia. Court fines, $6,384.97. Golf cart tag sold, $40,875. Tag sold in 26, sold $295,650. 2025 was $372,675.
All right. Any question for the council?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mayor and council, I'd like to, make sure that we thank all my jailers, all my officers for a job well done for this 4th of July, but also our neighboring parishes that really lend a helping hand through this 4th of July with the amount of people we had, Jefferson, LaPouche, Port Fourchon, all my reserve deputies that showed attention on the beach and showed law enforcement throughout Grand Isle. My hats goes off to all of them. Like I said, job well done, no serious injuries. Just like you see on the report, we did well for the amount of people we had. And I want to thank them all for that, and thank y'all, and thank the public.
I want to thank y'all and working closely with the fire department, the water department, the gas
Yes.
department. We're fortunate for the people we have. We
Yep.
was told today in the meeting, early in the levy board meeting, that the people's all the way to Walmart block, just trying to get off the island. They had to wait for the red lights for a little while so they could continue going. So it was a record breaking for us, we're concerned. I just want to tell you that for y'all to patrol, and Mr. Wellen, we talked about that today. You rode the beach too. It's amazing. Your cops were there.
Yep.
Brian,
Yep.
you guys did a great job with the fire department, the ambulance,
Yep.
the water and gas department,
Thank you.
all together. And every call that we made, it looked like everything was done right. And
Yep.
to have all of y'all with patients out there, to have beautiful places, it's only going to get better. We got the sheriff, like you said, from different parishes, really helps the chief out. And listen, they love Grand Isle, every neighboring parish. Some of them from up north want to come and help us if we ever need something. So
Yep.
let's give a good hand for Chris's team and the fire department. And I want to thank
Yeah.
y'all. Every time something other, y'all let me know what's going
Thank
on.
y'all.
And people calling me, and so it all works out what's going on. That works out. So again, thank you so much. All right, let's move on to 7B.
Grand Isle Shipyard Department.
I see we still got Joe Chauvin, but he's still in Kentucky, but Mr. Ray, you're gonna make it happen.
Good evening, Ray Meyer, AGIS Engineering. Tonight, we have no action required for the council. Tonight, FEMA updates, project updates, the fencing project, as well as the maintenance and repair building are still in the clear lien period. We're tracking down that paperwork so we can release retainage on both of those. The golf cart permit updates, we're continuing to update permit drawings for the Corps of Engineers, as well as answering their questions. And the LADNR permit is in place for that. Excuse me, Community Center. With the holiday week last week, we did not get any information from FEMA. I know Mr. James asked about it last week. We're trying to get an update. We hope to have one by next meeting.
I have an update.
Oh, okay.
The project is with FEMA upper management pending final review of insurance proceeds.
And
Moving forward.
It's something. Yeah.
not to cut you out, but we talked to Steve Scalise, one of his guys in New Orleans. And we told him that we was waiting on them to make a decision. That was since last meeting. I kind of talked to Fred out of New Orleans. So I just want to let you know that we're kind of telling them that we're just waiting 5 years. And, we're trying to save this building. If we can't, we need to know what we got to do. And we're trying to do the right thing. And trying to get the rest of the money with the parish to make this happen. So we're all working on it. But like James, like you said, after every storm, it takes you 5 years to kind of, when something ain't done, it takes 5 years to get it done. Every time you get a major hurricane, that's how it is. But not giving excuses, but we stay on top of it.
Yeah.
But it's always sitting on somebody's desk,
So I know Joe is in contact with them constantly.
Right.
And that's a good
Right.
update.
And Bonnie knows getting updates on that.
Thank you for that information. The Grand Isle vicinity breakwaters, TKTMJ was awarded that contract for $50,233,000. It's a 400-day contract. The notice to proceed was issued on June 26th. The contract is currently submitting project-related submittals for review and approval and has commenced fabrication of the boulders required for the project. His subcontractor, Hydroterra, started pre-construction surveys July 6th. And a pre-construction meeting was held today with TMJ and the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. That meeting was held today.
Yes. I talked to the colonel today. They was in a meeting talking about this.
Right.
Push it. What the layback was is the bids that came in, they come back, look at the second one. Oh, it was a big deal. Unbelievable. Anyway,
Yeah.
we're still moving forward.
Looks like it's moving forward, and he will be mobilizing soon. Yep.
At the pre-con meeting today, did they talk about a start date?
July 15th.
July 15th.
Spoke with the guy a couple of days ago.
Yep. July the 15th.
July 15th, they're gonna start mobilizing equipment.
Next Thursday.
Okay.
LA1 Plum to Caminada Bridge. The relocation of the gas line at Wisteria Lane has been completed. Ewing Stockstill is the asphalt contractor and is scheduled to start the drainage improvements towards the end of the month. He could not see opening up the roadway in the busy July with Blue Boot and Tarpon Rodeo at the end of the month, because he's got to open up the roadway to install drainage and catch basins that will start at the end of July, early August, with the asphalt overlay to follow, with a scheduled completion date of September, end of September or early August. Oh, excuse me, August, September.
Yeah, I talked
Early
to,
October, excuse me.
I talked to Scott Boyle today.
Right.
He told me that he was working on it, but it looked like the contractors wanted to go get the rodeo over with. It's the last big weekend, and they could come in and do it pretty quick. And like I said, as far as the drainage and all that, we're talking to little Timmy Kernan to come in and do some of the streets and working with the state, you know, to really clean it up. So anyway, that's what they decided to do, so that's what's gonna happen,
Yeah.
okay?
Okay, a few other project updates. Landry Hole, like we talked about last meeting, I received 4 bids that were exceeded the budget. Jefferson Parish is looking for additional funding for the project. We did receive good news on Orange Lane Pump Station, so possibly they could find funding for Landry Hole in Cypress. Reach 2 levee alignment, Compo and Sons construction is planning to start the week of July 13th, which is next week, on those levees and riprap installation. The breakwaters, Caminada breakwaters in Cheniere and the Grand Isle breakwaters. Water to Lower Crosby for $5.2 million. It's a 180 calendar day project. Contractor to begin mobilizing to the project July 16th.
Let me
which is
correct something I said.
next week
I
as
said
well.
July 15th, that's for the backwaters. They told me the front one, they're gonna start probably around the 30th of July. So
Okay.
the
That is
breakwaters in the
Cros-
back is July
that is
30th.
Crosby in the
I
back on the
apologize, yes.
15th and the front on the 30th.
The back one's gonna be July.
And what's gonna happen, we're gonna start again, every meeting, the meetings I've been in with them, they're gonna start by the wildlife fishery,
By the
because the
wildlife.
rocks are high tides in the morning.
Yes.
Right.
So that's the levee board, we just got out of a meeting today at 4 o'clock, so we'll let the people know that we're gonna be working in that area, from wildlife fishery, and then you're gonna start working themselves toward the bridge, and then maybe they'll have some barges on the Caminada side. So just have a little patience, we're working with the current and the tides and stuff like that,
Right.
so it's perfect timing to do this. And then at the same time, we have big boats coming out in the Gulf, and they're gonna be working in the Gulf. So between putting rocks on the north side, which we did our homework, every hurricane we surveyed. In fact, y'all surveyed for us, and it shows where they sunk at. So what's gonna happen is they're gonna re-nourish everything, and they said, you know, we got you $7 million, we had to hustle that 700,000, which we worked it, we got that 10%, and like you said, I don't want you to think that we hop, skip it, they might be doing that, but they're gonna go to the ones that's lower to the water, because we don't wanna bite it and wreck and pile on the rocks.
Start.
So y'all kinda watch what's going on, there's speedboats running all over the place, but they'll be working in the areas. And I think it's gonna work out, hopefully no storms, we're gonna move quick on this, you know. Okay?
Fifi Island breakwaters, we had some movement on that project. We have advertisement for bids began on June 30th. We have a pre-bid meeting scheduled for July 14th here at the office at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And the bid opening is scheduled for July 28th, also at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
And that's gonna be another one, we're gonna continue the rocks on Fifi Island, it's gonna really work out well.
That's correct.
We really pushed that hard, so.
And a quick update on Orange Lane. I know we had asked about it last meeting. We did receive out 3 bids for the electrical contractor to relocate the electrical rack, the panel, and the meter, so it did not conflict with the stairway. We did forward all of that to Jefferson Parish, and because of Entergy coming down with their quote, 20,000 or so, Ms. Michelle at Jefferson said she has sufficient funds to move forward with Orange Lane.
It was 53, I got him down to 25,000.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. So she will be remitting these funds to the levy district, hopefully in the next week or two, so we can start on Orange Lane. And that concludes my report. Any questions?
Any more questions?
I have a question. About a year ago, Mr. Chauvin talked to some people for Abear Lane in Cheniere. It was about, let's see, he was going to take care of like a ditch or so, like near Mr. Allen's house. Well, the water's not able to drain, the grass is overdone, and whatever they did is not making the water flow, so it's just flooding it all back there. Is there a way we could get in touch with Mr. Chauvin and see about getting back there?
Well, it's
and try
perfect time to do
fix?
this, now that you say that. What's gonna happen is the contract's gonna start filling that levee up all the way in the back, And we'll get, when we get to that, where you talk about it's not draining, where,
The water's just not going.
It's on
It's
Abear
just
Lane?
all
I
blocked.
know,
Yeah,
I
down
know
Abear
exactly
Lane.
what you're
Is
talking
it on
about.
the left of Abear or along the levee?
That I don't know. I just told
I
the back of
think
Abear Lane.
it might,
I know Joseph said he was gonna do it.
huh?
So it's filling up the ditch and it's just going, it's not draining
It's
because
not
the sand
draining.
filled up?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I see Mark's back there, so Mark will know, that's right.
Do you have an address? No?
Just Abear
I'll
Lane
get it
on
to
the
you.
back. I
I'll
don't
get
have
it to you.
exact
All right.
address.
Yeah, we'll do that.
I noticed on the right-hand side on Abear Lane, as you're going down, we have a pump there.
It's in the corner, that's right.
And that's where we need to clean that ditch, because the ditch is blocked. It
Well,
drains from
they're
the
coming,
road.
they're coming in, not to cut you off, but they're coming in, they're gonna do the whole re-levy there, the whole levy there.
Yeah,
They're
okay.
gonna be doing that.
Yeah, 'cause that has been creating a problem. I
Right.
It's gonna
believe.
give it, yeah, it's backing up.
Yeah, it's backing up. We'll get to that. I know exactly what you want.
Okay.
We'll get to that.
One
Okay.
more thing, can you get an update on Wakeside valve that we want to put in that's going to drain from LA1 through?
The sluice gate on the
Yeah.
culvert?
Joe was working on that for me, so if you can get with him and see where we at on that.
Okay.
Joe, we went with our crew to kind of cut the grass. There's a bunch of rocks in that area by the foot of the bridge. So Joe would give you an update because he knows exactly what we need when he looked at it. So we got the grass growing. That's where that gate's at, right there on the cement slab, a little farther out.
Okay.
But we cleaned all that out right there. But Joe already knows what size it was. He measured it. So that would help us out big time. in that area.
Okay. We'll
Get
get an update on that.
Yeah, he'd probably give you an update on that.
Okay.
Okay?
Anything else?
Anything else?
Thank you, sir.
Thank y'all so
Thank
much.
y'all.
Thank y'all. All right, Madam Clerk.
7C, department heads.
Nobody's here.
Okay. I know Carlos and I was working pretty late, but I just want to let y'all know that we got 3 or 4 kids working on the beach, and we had, 2,000 to 3,000 people, more than that on the beach, but we had took a tour the Friday before and made sure. They only had a little bit of seaweed bridge side, and then the little boys went to work the next morning. But what happened is, you know, the beach was beautiful. I mean, it was really nice. We kept it clean. We didn't focus on nothing else but that. But them young boys kept on working for us. And it's a grant that we got to hire the high school kids. And they worked. And then when we closed, I had a couple that called me and said, why didn't I empty the garbage? Well, they worked Saturday a little bit. But I left them go Friday, all my employees at 2 o'clock, to go enjoy themselves with their family. And in the meantime, a couple of people had called me and said, look, we're going to be there first thing Monday morning. But they went Saturday, and they did some of it. I think they did a good bit of them. But in the meantime, I just want the public to know that we had so many people that in the meantime, we let them go with their families and enjoy themselves. But it was back on the beach Monday morning. I think we had 3 or 4 of them, Bonnie. 3 or 4 of them, I think that works. 4 of them. And we advertised for all the kids to come to work, $10 an hour, like we did it when we got out of school. That was one of our first jobs. Playing with maggots in a 55-gallon drum. Right now, it's a small drum. But just tell them that's what we did to raise, to make a little cash for the summertime. So we advertised it. Last year, I don't think we had one or 2 of them. So this year, we're lucky to have some young kids that's out there to pick up the barrels. So have a little patience. We're booming right now. It's going to take a little while. We know when the seaweed's coming because the guys that fish offshore call us, and even the rigs call us, get ready, it's coming. So we kind of prepared it. So just have a little patience. And like I said, just look right now on all islands in the Caribbean. It's full of seaweed. So again, we're focusing only that. A lot of people call me for drainage and this and that. I can't send 6 guys there. I'm just focused on the beach to clean. And one good thing, we finally fixed, we went in where the golf carts go over the levee. We put some gravel there, and it helped out a lot. So it takes a lot for the little crew that we have. So we're right here. So look, people's coming in for the next 4, 5 weekends, 6 weekends. It's amazing. So have a little patience. I know it might rain a little bit. The drainage ain't working. But Jody's been working on a good bit of it to get it going. So we kind of divide a little bit, but just have a little patience. If you want to know anything, any little boy or little girl want to work, we can hire them with a little grant and just come help, whatever they want to do to work with them. It's a good little job. So again, have a little patience. People love it, this island, and we're doing the best we can for the little bit we got. Okay?
I do have just because we're on street department, it was brought to my attention on the bridge coming onto the island on the right of Chenier. There's a lot of trash, especially coming on the weekends. On that fishing pier, there's a lot of trash.
I agree with you.
Is there a way maybe we could add an extra garbage can and maybe even see like you know, littering fine, sign.
Mr.
We
George,
already
See
have
what
some
we can-
ordinances in place for that. We can
Okay.
get some.
yeah, Mr.
Maybe
Mr.
an extra pickup, like to go check after the weekend, just to kind of help.
Mr. George there every Monday morning.
Yeah,
Friday, he's always there, all week long.
yeah. Okay.
And like I said, we got the drums on there.
Yeah.
And we had 2 or 3 of them missing. I think they threw them off the bridge
Oh, jeez.
a while back. You know, whatever.
Yeah.
You know. But
That's crazy.
it's amazing how people get out the car. Not everybody, just throw the trash.
Mhm.
And same thing on the beach, you know.
I can
So
believe it.
Mr. George handles that. He's very good at it.
Yeah,
He's got the little lift truck.
Mhm.
He's got all them barrels on the bridge and he's on both sides.
Yeah.
And then the other guys pick up the ones by the walkways.
yeah.
And, you know, so, but he's on top of that. We do
Okay.
that. Yeah.
7, Ron
Okay.
Sampe, Garden Club, Restore Grand Isle update.
Mr. Mayor, Council, thank you for the time. I kind of bring you up to date a little bit about the 4th of July weekend. The Garden Club, with the assistance of Blue Boots, were able to change out all of the life rings. So before the 4th of July started, we had all the upgraded life rings in place, 81 stations. The other thing is, we didn't have any fatalities.
Yeah, that was-
Everything went smooth. I give that to our town, the police department, fire department, and all the people who participated in controlling this crowd we had. We're looking forward to the other weekends coming because everything on the beach right now is in good shape. We had 3 life rings that were vandalized, but to look at the past, that was minimal. And they're all done again and back in shape, so we're ready for the next weekend. Have any questions about that?
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
Okay. We also got together with Brian, and we put together a pretty nice tennis court, patio furniture, and people have been using it and commenting about it. So they're looking at the stuff that we did, and things are starting to look really good for people who want to do those kind of things, the recreation. Let's see. The other thing is I've been getting some calls, and we never did get an answer about cutting the grass on the levee. The grass is getting out of hand in some of the places, and they want to know what they can do to clean it up because people right next door are cutting it down to the ground.
Can we get with Joe to get an answer on that from
Is
us?
there anything that we can pass on to these people?
Yeah,
You had got an answer, you're not supposed to cut the grass.
yeah, Joe said it.
No, I thought they said they were still waiting to come back, and I said I was at the meeting, I wasn't here, that they was gonna see if we can cut it where it'd be 8 inches.
That's what I had heard last.
That was the
Yeah.
latest one we
It
heard.
was 8 inches, but now they're cutting it in the sand.
Yeah,
No, we have not heard back from that.
Okay.
but it's 8 inches, or can we
We don't know.
cut it
That's
at
what They
all?
were saying they were supposed to
Ray,
see,
we'd
they were
have to
gonna
get
let.
with-
they
We're
said they were
supposed to
gonna
get
come
with
up-
Corps of Engineers.
It was going, yeah,
We
something
have
about
not
they were
heard
gonna let
back
us
on
see it,
that.
go to the crown of the point, come down so far, and it only be 8 inches. That was something they was submitting,
Submit.
but I never heard nothing back since
Have
then.
not heard back.
Okay.
Could we get an answer on that?
Could we get with Joe to call the Corps?
Yeah,
Ray?
Ray will give him a call.
Is it CPRA or the Corps?
It
That's
goes to
the Corps.
CPR and the Corps, most of the Corps.
Most of the,
Okay.
the Corps.
Okay,
They had no problem at 8 inches at one time, and then on that side to go onto the Gulf, they don't want you to touch that at all.
Yeah.
The ones that's facing to the road, they said maybe 8 inches.
right.
It was like a jungle, you know, and they said they're gonna work with us a little bit. But some of them, they cut all the way to the ground. You know?
Okay,
Okay, we're working on that.
I'll tell them I don't know.
We don't know either.
Okay, this is for Restore Grand Isle. We have begun work on the Oleander property. Up to date, we have 10 dumpsters so far, and more to come. The property is looking better. We had to shore up the building in one area because it was threatening to collapse. So what we did was we changed out a wall on the back room, the very last room on the back of the Oleander, and we changed out the material that was under the roof, the roofing, and put all new material up there, and we have new roofing that'll be delivered either tomorrow or Friday. And then that's gonna wrap it up until we start doing the restoration and the rest of the cleanup. We have a lot more cleanup to do. I'm looking at another 3, maybe 4 dumpsters on the inside. So we're gonna catch up on it, and we're getting ready to start doing the restoration. And when that happens, I'm gonna let everybody know, because the funding is gonna be coming from the state.
And we all working on that.
Yeah, well, yeah,
The governor signed it.
the governor signed it. He didn't veto it like some other things that were on his desk, and we were happy about that.
Yeah, we had to work
So we're expecting the funding to be in any moment.
Good.
Any moment. And it came from Joe Ogeron and Pat Connick.
Exactly.
Okay? Any questions?
Good job.
Thank you.
Let's give a good hand for this man right in his way. Okay, Madam Clerk, Mr. Wells.
Mr. Weldon Danos, Director, GIPC.
Good evening, Mayor Commonell, members of the Town Council, members of the general public. I'm Weldon Danos with the Grand Isle Port Commission. I have one key activity to report on tonight, and it's good news. The Grand Isle Port Commission is pleased to announce that we have received notification from the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development in Washington, D.C., that we have been approved and will receive a $2.7 million Economic Development Initiative Community Project Funding Grant Award. With this grant, it represents the single largest grant award funding in the history of the Grand Isle Port Commission. This award was sponsored by Congressman Steve Scalise, who is in the 1st District of Louisiana, which includes the town of Grand Isle. This funding will be targeted towards our Oak Lane Dock and Shrimp Facility improvement projects. In essence, this was the funding that FEMA did not give us from damages with Hurricane Ida. So since Hurricane Ida, we've made trips to Washington, D.C. and worked with Congressman Steve Scalise's office to try to find ways to get this type of funding, and this is the outcome. This grant award stimulates job creation and tangible benefits to working families and communities. If you look at Steve Scalise's website, this award is one of 9 grant awards in his district for this year. So we're proud of that. The value of the Grand Isle Port Commission is recognized with this award. Since 2023, Grand Isle Port Commission has received over $9.3 million in grant award funding from federal, state, and parish entities. We will take this funding and do things like putting in a drainage pump station, dredging our slips, repairing some of the pilings, and then replacing the rest of the damaged bulkhead. Our port commissioners will make a decision on what those projects will be, and we will definitely spend all of that $2.7 million, and I'll come back and announce what those projects will be. I would like to give a special thanks to our Grand Isle Port Commission Board of Commissioners for their support for allowing me to travel to Washington, D.C. in order to get this grant funding. You know, this type of grant funding, and the town council and the levy board members can tell everyone, it's not easy to get. It's very hard to get, and you got to keep after our political leaders. And they recognize the town and the levy board and the port commission, and we just got to keep after to get this type of funding. So I want to thank the Board of Commissioners from our port for allowing me to do this and support me in this effort. And most of all, a special thanks to Congressman Steve Scalise and his DC staff for working with us, his legislative director, Holly Hendricks. They kept after to try to find funding for us, and it worked out. And so that's my report tonight. You will be seeing a press release on this grant award funding in the next coming weeks. Whenever you receive this type of funding, you have to go through a number of steps before you even get this funding. I've already had to go through 2 seminars. You got to meet certain requirements. We're going to get audited on how we spend this money, so you got to know how to spend this money, how to get the money, and then vouch for it later on. So that's my report tonight. Are there any questions or comments?
Yes, I got, you saying you got that 2.7 million and said the funding target is going to be Oak Lane Dock and Shrimp Facility improvements. Can that money be used to install water lines for the boats that are there?
Yes, it can. Yes, we are going to, I'm putting together a list of potential projects back there, and then the port commissioners will decide how to spend that money, but that's, yes, one avenue. And maybe, I know we're working towards Jefferson Parish.
But it's kind of hard to ask money when you got money in the bank.
Well, as I mentioned
If we can
here.
get matching funds, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Jefferson Parish has been very good to us
Yes, they
in the
have.
past 3 years.
They have.
And yes, it's going to be hard to ask them for money when they hear about 2.7 million, but we'll see how it works out.
Thank you, Mr. Weldon. Anything I can do to help?
Okay.
And Mr. Weldon, I understand that the shrimp shed and all that, we got the septic system like we talked about, we got all that done. And then,
Yes, the dried shrimp facility is completed. We installed the new sewer system and everything else. We've put over $300,000 into that building. However, Mr. Robert Collins has decided not to renew the lease on that building, but David and Kim Chauvin has approached me and the Port Commission to lease that facility to dry shrimp again. And so we're working through that effort now with the lease and all for them to come in and dry shrimp.
and that's gonna create some more jobs, it's gonna be perfect.
Yes, absolutely. I believe, David and Kim have indicated to us they have the workforce. I mean, Robert was great for all of these years, hardworking, did a great job. I know at the end here, basically, he told me it's hard to get workers like everyone else, and that he would like to step aside, kind of retire from that. However, he talked to David, and we have another avenue here to keep that revenue. And so David's assured us that he's got the workforce to do this. He's going to maintain the facility, the same requirements for insurance and so forth. But also he's indicated to us, once he gets to a certain point, he would like to do plant tours through that facility and show people how dried shrimp operations happen. Because I don't think people realize, how you dry shrimp. And I think that'll be also a key activity.
Yeah, because I talked to both of them, and they told me it was very
You got to
interesting.
catch it first.
Yeah, you got to catch the shrimp first.
Got to give us a better price.
Right.
Yep.
Okay, any other questions or comments? Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
8A, an ordinance approving subdivision.
Oh, can't hear you.
Into lots 1A, 2A, 3A, being a portion of the former Track A of the original Lot A on the southern side of Louisiana State Highway 1, all in accordance with a plat by Charles L. McDonald dated August 12, 2025, and revised on October 2nd, 2025, and entitled Map Showing the Division of a Portion of Track A of the original Lot A belonging to Caden Craig LLC, located in the town of Grand Isle, Jefferson Parish, Louisiana. Introduction only.
Okay, again, it's introduction only, I'll go over it.
9,
I would just like to say on this, that this here is a prime example of an instance where this is 2 lots being divided into 3 lots. The lot sizes are less than 80 foot wide. For a man to buy a lot and then come request a variance on his setbacks would be ludicrous. I mean, these lots, they're being asked to be shrunken, so when someone buys them, they should understand what size building they could put on it. And I also like to request that we get the distance from the highway border to the toe of the levee on this. It doesn't show the toe of the levee.
I'm looking at it now, it shows the levee and it has 40 feet. I'm thinking that's the distance between the two, but I will find out.
Okay, if that's not the whole distance, or,
We'll
okay.
find out.
Thank you.
Okay, all right.
9,
can't, what about the right of way at the foot of the levee? You can't count that in on this property.
You-
That 20-foot right of way that the board says we have, the public has?
From what I understand, the Corps of Engineer has 10 foot from the toe, and the town of Grand Isle has an additional 15 feet. So that's 25 feet from the toe of the levee, but you can't put a structure on.
yes.
Correct. Correct. And also along LA 1, I believe throughout LA 1, the state has a 25-foot easement that they require a setback of 25 foot from the right-of-way.
Both sides of the road?
I know for sure on the Gulf side. I'm not sure about the other side. No. I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
The lot that he wants to split up into three, what are the dimensions of it?
That's what we're gonna find out, what the buildable part of the lots are. So
Yeah, he's got 78 foot. One side.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, introduction, and we're gonna
Is
get that
that
information.
introduction?
James will look at it together, all of us.
Okay.
And even the public can. Okay?
9A, a resolution authorizing advertisement for the hold of a tax lien auction for the year 2025 delinquent Grand Isle taxes on August 12, 2026 at 10 a.m. at the Grand Isle Multiplex.
Motion to accept.
Second.
Moved by Brian, second by James, all in favor, signify by
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, so be it. All right?
9B, resolution authorizing and directing the advertisement of a public auction for the sale of surplus junk town of Grand Isle vehicles.
Motion to accept.
Moved by Brian, second by Pooh, all in favor, signify by
Aye.
Opposed, so be it. All right?
Testing. 10A, cancel regular scheduled meeting July 22nd, 26 due to parish council meeting.
Motion to accept.
I would like to discuss that. Why?
It's got to ask for a second before we can discuss it.
Okay.
Need a second? Second. Mike, all in favor, signify.
No, we got to go into discussion.
Discuss.
Okay, one for the discussion. Okay, James?
I'd like to know why we need to cancel our town meeting for the parish. The parish has theirs at 11 a.m., correct? 11:15. Okay.
And we usually do that for years, and they go, got a little luncheon after, like by the banana camp, and then they go by the tent and all that, and they make their little rounds. We spend.
We got a
we
bunch of
spend most the
activities
evening
scheduled.
with them. Some of them stay, and, they stay 2 or 3 nights, whatever, and we just stay with them that evening after the ceremony over here, and they go all over the island, and we show them the island, and that's what we do. You know? So that's what we usually do, and they might go ride with you or something, whatever, but they always did do that. We have a lunch for them, they got a lunch together to eat, and then we go, it could be, the sheriff might want to meet with us, me and Chris, just to say we'll meet, whatever. We spend the whole day with them, and they go home.
But who do we spend the day with?
Well, I mean, they're scattered all over.
I don't recall.
And then
Even
the
Friday
evenings,
last year.
yeah. And then some of them go, some of them stay, but we usually just.
Well, they got
hang around.
different parties and they got different invitations. And
Yeah, they got
different people get invitations,
Right.
so
Okay.
And some party, we're not even
I don't know if
invited.
you didn't get one.
But it's good networking. I mean, they're here. I'm talking about the council from all over.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, for a while, they wasn't coming, and that's where little Timmy got involved and said, we're gonna push it a little bit. And they love to go make their rounds. I mean, that's what they do. You might show something, they might go find her at the store and say, I'm just using that.
Mhm,
You know,
I see.
hi, how y'all doing, stuff like that. That's what they do. And they go to different parties, you know.
I mean,
You know, but I mean, we always did do that, respect them, because they might say we're gonna stay till tonight, or some of them just go all over. And that, you might be talking to 3 of them, we're gonna be talking to some, you know, it really works. It really works, the network really works. You'll see them at different camps. You know, some of them stay 2 days, 3 days, some of them go right back. But the majority of them, after their long meeting, they weren't supposed to come. They changed their mind and said, we're going to Grand Isle.
Yeah, we have quite a few ordinances on here, though, that we're working on.
Yeah. Well, we're working on that, that's fine, but in the meantime, it's very important that we work and we lobby with our councilmen. It really is. It really is, you know?
Yeah, but again, like you said, and like Councilman Bosby said, some people get invited to parties, others don't. So why should we not have a meeting so we can go party?
No, it's not about party, I'm
It's
just
not.
saying it's been.
Nobody said it was like going party,
Party,
it's just
no,
going,
I think you
like a
did use the word
gathering, let me rephrase what I
Gather,
said.
I'm just talking about, they might have a little meals with them, a little sandwiches, and invite the councilman there, or whatever. They go all over the place, you know? And they lobbying, and you got them staying, some of them on the houseboat visit there. They got the houseboats, and that's for the network. You came a few times for the rodeo, you seen it, you know? I mean, that's where you make your connections. I mean, you really do. They do it for years, you know? I mean, that's the way it works. This is where you get them. You'll pull them in a corner or somewhere and talk to them, you know? That's how I feel about it. It works. You'll make a connection right there. You're gonna bring up something, show them that they didn't see.
We're gonna vote on it?
Yep. Let's vote on it. All right, what y'all got? The
Motion second?
All in favor, signify aye.
Aye.
No.
No?
No.
Okay, I'll bring
I
the
vote, I
time.
vote no.
Okay. Holly, you vote no?
I vote no, just because there's a lot of these that we have, and like Mr. Bryan has said, you know, like, do we want to push these extra 4 weeks?
Well, I'm just telling what we usually do,
You know?
Mayor,
you know?
you break the tie.
The what?
It's up to you.
You break the
Yeah,
tie.
yeah. We're gonna stay with our councilmen, we're gonna politic with them, that's what we're gonna do. And we'll take care of business.
All right, 11, informational letters and items. Riverbird CPI increase adjustment for disposal of sanitation. Council member request report, James Jeremy.
I'm sorry. On this right here, from what I understand, this here is contractual, right, thing with River Birch?
Yes, is their annual CPI adjustment increase?
Right, so basically, we're obligated to pass it by contract.
Yes, this is just informational. It's just for your information.
Right. Okay. And I didn't understand what you were asking of me.
You're up next. Council member
Oh, okay.
request report.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, one thing I want to talk about, at the beginning of the meeting, I spoke on it, but as I said, we do have an offer with a contract from South Central Planning and Development. They gave us a quote. They told us what they can do. They do have the expertise and the manpower to support our building and construction needs on Grand Isle, as well as the personnel to help train and guide our planning and zoning committee and our board, our variance board. So I would like to request that we get an ordinance on the next meeting to include them, and we vote on the contract.
Again, we're gonna talk to them this week, next week.
We've been talking to them for, what, 3 months now?
Well,
Right?
yes, not me. Yeah, I've been calling them, but they're all over the state right now. And they said they're gonna get back with me, and they finally called me today at 3 o'clock and told me they're gonna set up something this week coming. And
Well, we don't have a meeting for another month. It's a month
Right.
before we meet again, correct? The
Right.
second Wednesday in
Right.
August? Can we have an ordinance on the agenda?
You can submit an ordinance yourself, you can
so,
submit it.
you can submit it.
Yeah, the mayor has to approve it to put it on, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, anyone in the council want to
No.
doing something like that, it's no problem at all. But in the
You
meantime,
could put an ordinance
You
on
can
the
put an
agenda.
ordinance.
you
You
can
can
put
go
it.
for the mayor.
You don't have to come
You
through
can
me.
put an ordinance.
Right, it has to go through the mayor's
No, it
office,
don't.
that's
No.
my understanding.
No, it don't.
No, not really.
You can introduce it.
I mean, but I'll help you, whatever I gotta do.
Okay.
I've never anytime a councilman, as long as I've been mayor, they want to come to the ordinance, just bring it to them.
No,
Okay.
let's keep into
And-
consideration the cost that's going to be involved in it.
Yeah, I understand that.
Okay.
I'd like to talk about it as well, but we just got to see where we can get funding for it.
Right.
The
I mean,
permit
this-
fees would have to go up.
I sat in the meeting, and
And
it was a
this
very
is what
good.
this is what they're gonna do on the computers, they're gonna be talking to us next week sometime, and we're gonna sit there in the office, and they're gonna explain to us, the building permit's this, I'm just using this.
Yeah.
It's $75 to change a door or whatever, $50, I'm just using that. They're gonna look at it, by the time you're gonna want, the money that they want from us, we gotta find some money somewhere for what they want. You know what they
Right,
want.
right.
So it's gonna come out to the constituents for building permit, whatever, we're gonna have to pick up the slack. Some kind of way to hire these people, to be professional. We know all that. So I said, can you start working with us? And they're so busy all over the state. Every time I try, for the last 5 weeks, 6 weeks, they finally called me today and said, we're gonna come in and we're gonna get virtual. We're gonna talk to y'all. We're gonna get the prices that we looked at. And we had a couple other ones that, before we got Southern, that came and give us some quotes. So the guy that we're dealing with right now, you know, it's costing us a lot less. What we pay him a week, a month, whatever it is.
But again,
What-
I understand that,
Yeah.
we're paying about 26,000 a year.
Yeah, right.
But he doesn't come down to the island, what he does is he approves the plans,
right, right,
correct? So then again, we have the problems that, as the man spoke up
Yeah.
earlier.
Exactly.
That is something that could have been resolved easy enough, had we had someone that's well.
The
versed in
CBO did
laws.
speak to him and explain the process. And that is the process. Exactly how he was explained is the process. We may not all agree with it, but it is the process.
We're gonna
And
call
South
Nick-
Central Planning
Yeah.
will abide by that,
Yes,
even more strict.
yes, they will, and that would be a good thing, in my
So
opinion.
you heard this young couple come
Sounds
tonight,
good.
they want to try to save the camp, you heard what he just said. What we're gonna do is call Nick and tell Nick to kind of, what can we do to help him out? Even though Ian did his job, you know, but what I'm trying to tell, at least maybe he could see something that they could change something, I don't know. But I mean, every case is different. But right now, to pay Nick, and where we're gonna jump into this with Southern, we just want to give them to come look at the permits. And for us to get that type of money to pay these guys, it's gonna cost us. And they're gonna have to understand that. I know.
Again,
Yeah.
Grand Isle has the lowest permit fees
Well, yeah.
of anywhere.
Yeah. And
Our fees do need to be adjusted to keep up with the neighborhoods, the
Yeah.
neighboring
Yeah.
communities.
Well, we'll get the professionals in, but right now, I finally got in touch, they coming to us. They're all over the state. That's what's gonna happen.
Maybe to present an ordinance, work with them on those fees in order so that
That's right.
ordinance could look better.
That's right.
Yep.
You put a number to it, and they're gonna come, and they're gonna ask, what you got? And that little budget, I think right now, we only got about 75,000, right? And we pay Ian out of that, and we pay the guy that checks our permits. So we're gonna go up on the prices to get what we want.
Well, what we need, I mean, right now, we're
Yeah.
being sued, we're putting our planning and zoning commissioners in jeopardy.
Yeah.
So we need to update
I agree
our
with you.
whole building and permit and the whole organization. Because no longer are camps being built on Grand Isle that's $200,000-$300,000. Now we're in the multi-million-dollar camps.
Exactly.
So all of that.
Again, they
does
come in this
require-
week,
Okay.
and we're gonna look at the numbers and tell them what it's gonna take for us to pay you. Done.
Okay. Now, the other
All
thing.
right, what else you got?
Glad you asked that.
No, I'm just,
We have a
No, I'm
fishing
just-
pier on Cheniere, and a lot of people go there. It's bringing a lot of people to Grand Isle. A lot of people are catching fish off that fishing pier.
exactly.
However, we have a person that has a lot that they're developing right next to it that's landlocked.
Exactly.
And I believe it's the town park that they're adjacent to.
Is that
and
state? I
that
thought it was
affected-
state property.
Well, I
State.
believe the town owns it. Wayne
it's-
Guidry turned it into a park.
No, it's state that owns it.
Does the town not own that park by the?
You're talking
the
about right on the
fishing
side
pier?
to the right of the fishing pier?
Yes.
That adjoins Mr. Sharmy's property?
Yes.
No, the state owns it.
Okay, if the state owns it, then
I got it on
I'll
my
make
list
a
to talk about.
request to the state to put a culvert in there and allow passage for the landowners. Because right now, when people come and fish, they block them out, they cannot
Right.
access their property.
Right.
And we cannot landlock people.
Well, I had it on my list to talk, because I spoke with her on the phone last week, and I think it's gonna be just like when you build a camp on the LA1. The builder's responsible for the culvert, not the state.
The state's responsible for not landlocking, or the adjacent property owner for not landlocking the individual.
So you're
And
saying
that's
if we
where I
can
would like to,
come up with
to
some kind of
address that.
barrier system where they can,
What I'll do is
Of
I'll call my
I
guy,
agree with
Scott.
that.
Okay.
Scott runs DOT, and I talked to the Sheremy family. I
Yeah.
talked to them today. You talked to them. You talked to them.
Yeah, that's on my list.
So what they want to do is a great little plan. They met with Turk for the water at 1 o'clock. So we're moving things. So when I got the call today, they told me to talk to you. So what we're going to do is, once we put all this together, Turkle's going to see what we got to do. You get the pipe that you want to put in. We'll give it to the, if there's a right of way there, and we'll see what we got to do there, that area. So that's the first step. Whatever they ask us to do, we're going to continue moving it forward.
I think his question is, though,
Yeah.
being that it's landlocked, who's responsible for the pipe?
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
pretty much what the question is.
Right.
Right. And we're going to find that out.
We can find that out.
I'll find
Who
out.
we didn't have to call for that, David?
I'm going to call Scott to send one of his guys with DOT.
The state doesn't put any culverts along Highway 1.
Yeah, but like he's saying, they're not landlocked. This is landlocked by the state. So I'm wondering if there's some kind of option. that they put
Possibly.
it. I
Because
see
they
what you're
just put a
saying.
drainage pipe on Wisteria, you saw what the kind of work they done. So if you're playing with his individual property in the state, I'll get Scott to send somebody to come look at it.
Right, because ideally, we don't want to cut out any parking lots
No,
for the
no,
bridge,
no,
because they're, like
Beautiful
I
piece
say,
of property.
It's
Beautiful.
right.
the property I had before they made the park.
Right,
Yeah.
Gidry, the one made the park.
Mhm.
right. It's right there on the
Well,
side.
if we discussing this, and I know it's a drainage issue we having right there, because that one ditch, correct me if I'm wrong, it drains almost the whole West Central. It comes down West Central and goes out. So while we,
And if it goes there, and if we try to do culverts and stuff, we can't be responsible for what's gonna drain the whole street.
well, why don't we talk to the state and see if they'll do some subs?
Also, when the tide gets high.
It goes right back in. Right,
Well,
goes back
why
in.
we can't see about getting like some kind of a gate valve and
Right.
put subsurface draining and let the
call-
state will put it in since it's their property and it is gonna help drain.
I'll
It might be
call-
an option.
I called Scott today about another
Would y'all
situation.
be in favor of that?
We don't mind putting, like, covering it if the culverts are already there on that, just up to that, to our drive,
Mhm.
to our access. If the state or the town would put the culverts in and cover that.
Well, I'm gonna see if the state,
And that would free up all the parking.
if the state, we're gonna see if the state will pay for it.
Right now.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, let me get in touch with Scott Ball and tell him to send one of his supervisors down. And Ray can tell you, that's how we work that. The engineer right there, him and Lil Joe, and like I said, that's when you get involved, and it's, man, that's when you try to tell the truth and say, hey, this can be done. Are y'all willing to, remember, you're draining everybody, you're going back into the Gulf.
Jane, can you include me on the email when he sends it?
Yeah.
Could I be included on the email?
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah. I'll
And
let
maybe
you-
the whole council.
Yeah, the whole
I
council.
believe from West Central to Ms. Sherman's property is 90 feet, correct? And then your property to the bay, how long is that?
That's about 120 feet.
So we're talking about 210
So
feet.
you don't have to go, no,
If
But
the
it would
state's gonna
drain
do it, they
from
need to
like-
do it all.
What we also would like to do at the time is protect the parking lot.
Correct, that's what it was,
You know, that's why it would drain the whole thing from West Central to the bay.
yeah.
So that we don't flood the parking lot or use valuable parking space for a ditch.
we've actually started digging, Gilliard is digging a trench so that it drains, because it's flooding him with his tents. on
Right.
our property.
Okay, I understand.
And stuff like that, and so it's a temporary fix.
I'll
We'll
give
see what
Scott
we
a
can
call
do on it.
tomorrow, and I'll get the superintendent to come look at it.
We'll get on it.
We'll do it.
His
Okay.
property's getting flooded too.
That's what I'm saying, we can get them to do the whole side of the,
Yeah.
better all of y'all.
I'll get Scott to send somebody. I'll get in touch with y'all. We'll work that good. Okay, what else you got, Gene?
Okay, thank you. That
Awesome.
goes over to Ms. Pelly.
Okay.
Update on the grant for the splash pad. We completed the application, so now we're just waiting to get the Corps of Engineer permit, which will take about 60 days. So about end of August, we should have the permit for that, and then submit it to the state and be able to finalize. So
Awesome.
it's
Okay.
looking bright. So we'll see.
Okay, what else you
And
got?
that's it.
Thank you.
That's all my questions.
Okay, Laura's not here.
All right, Who's seen the plane this weekend? Everybody? Well, starting off with that, I'd like to say that this month's going to be very busy. This weekend, y'all all know we got the Blue Boot Rodeo, which is turned out to be one of the biggest rodeos in the South. Love to have everybody there, show your support. They do good for Grand Isle. They help out Mr. Ronnie with the beach. The following weekend, we're going to have the Island Strong Music Fest. It brings a lot of people. The funding helps the town in different areas with projects. Then the following weekend is the Tarpon Rodeo, oldest rodeo in the country. So busy weekend. Love to see everybody hanging out and enjoying it, and just pray for good weather. Next thing I have, we've been talking about these rescue guns that we've been talking about with Mr. Ronnie to try to help save lives on the beach. What we came up with, we got another option that we lean in more towards. And the reason why, it's a remote control raft that they use all over the country. And this raft can, Jay, what is it, 1 ton? 2 tons? 2,000. It can haul up to 2,000 pounds. And when somebody's in distress, they're not looking for a rope to grab or anything like that. This remote control raft can be controlled from the beach, go out to the person that's out by the rocks, and it's actually like a C shape, so they can get around the person for them to grab onto something to get towed back in by remote control. They were supposed to come today and do a demonstration on the beach. They had to cancel it. It's going to be next Tuesday. We don't have the time. When the time comes out, we'll just be watching for the Grand Isle Fire Department if anybody wants to come out and watch this demonstration. We're going to try to purchase them if it looks like it's something that we can use. The price is right around $8,000 a piece. So we're going to be holding some fundraisers to try to raise money, and there's no price tag you can put on a human life. So we're going to do what we can to get this equipment. If it's feasible for us, we will purchase one to save one life. I don't care if it's one life. We're going to do it. So if y'all want, like I said, be watching out, come out, see the demonstration, see what it's going to be all about. So, and that's all I have. Thanks.
And what date is that, you said?
It's going to be July 14th. We don't know the time yet, but it's going to be
Okay.
July 14th on the beach. The people's going to come down. They're going to bring their unit,
Awesome.
and they're going to do a demonstration.
Okay.
A couple of the firemen been bringing up about going down the streets with all these trees and oak leaves and all. They said it's hard for them to get down. The oleanders, oak trees hanging in the roads, and they asked me who's responsible to cut them. As the property owner, correct?
Yeah, I think, Mr. Ronnie, you go check, see if they can cut a branch off.
Smith Lane's one of them.
Well, I think didn't in the past we hire a group to come in and they trim them, or we got the parish to come in and trim some? We got a list from the bus driver, I remember one time.
Yeah, that's true.
And we got a list, and they came trim all the trees because it was affecting the bus. And now that he said that, not to cut you off, but we just purchased a brand-new fire truck for right under $1 million, so we don't want to get it scratched up with the trees, so great idea.
And somebody else brought up about the four-wheelers, why we don't allow them on the beach. I know there's an ordinance against them, but I told them I'd bring it up and check with y'all, see what y'all thought.
I don't remember what we did. I know we had to get rid of them for a little
There's an
while.
ordinance against it, but
Yeah.
I don't know the reason.
Got out
That
of
was
hand.
way, a long time ago when that was brought up.
Yeah, I remember when we first started out, it was bad.
I talked to Chris, and that's what he said, it endangered the people, you know,
I
they're
think
riding around high speeds and.
If I'm
causing
not
a lot of
mistaken,
corruption.
when it was introduced 8, 9 years ago, 10 years ago, it was, the reason why they were saying is that because it wasn't enclosed in the cab where they can sit down and be properly secured on a seat, and that was one of the reasons why they did it.
They said they'll make them follow the same rules as the golf cart, but, and you're gonna have more kids on that probably than adults
Yep.
to start with.
We could look at it, but I'm like Brian, I remember it.
Yeah, it was something, yeah, and that's what it was. I mean, it's up to the council, but
Yeah.
I know that's the reason why it was brought up in the past that we didn't do it.
Okay, Mike, that's it? Okay, well, first, I know James, I know we all been working it together, the whole council. I'm proud to tell you that I went ahead and hired Miss Helen Tabor, and she's gonna be the lady that's gonna be the midst program. That she's gonna come in, we interviewed her. She looked like she's all excited, but she wants to work part-time. We're gonna get her a phone. Bonnie Orwell met with her, Jan. She just said, David, I'm healthy and I wanna take care of the seniors. So we had a good talk, her and I, and she's gonna be taking care of the elderly. She's gonna be anybody that's you know, mobility impaired for transportation. There's quite a few people that, and she's all excited. She said, I'm a retired school teacher and I couldn't do this, I couldn't do that. She said, this type of schooling. I said, no, you just take your time And whenever you got trouble, call us. And if you need help, Brian, if there's an impaired person that we got to get out of a house to bring to the doctor, we're probably going to call you guys to come and help.
We do it all the time. We just,
Absolutely.
ring it out, the company goes.
And that's something that Bonnie and Jan, we did tell her that the fire department's right there, ambulance people.
Public assistance, and we do it
Exactly.
all the time.
So,
Excellent choice. I know Ms.
Yeah.
Tabor, she also drives, used
Yeah.
to drive Uber. She has,
Yeah.
from what I understand, an excellent driving record.
yeah.
It's a very safe driver.
We met with her yesterday, and then today she's going, she filled out the paperwork, she's going to do a physical, and she's all excited, so.
Wonderful.
Yeah, she said, David, I'm ready to go. And I was very impressed with her, you know, because
Yeah.
she's going to call us and say, look, we need some help, we're going to be there, wherever. We don't refuse nobody. We always hustle for this. We work with Jefferson Parish, woke them up a little bit, tell them to take care of the seniors. That's what we're doing. And we'll continue doing that. So anybody you know that needs to go to a doctor, let us know and get in touch with, I think it's going to be Teresa, but she's out with her husband's illness. So call Jan. If y'all know anybody, call Jan, and we'll get in touch with Miss Helen. And we're going to give her own private phone so she can answer to y'all instead of calling on her phone. And we'll make sure that's going to work. So we're all excited. So she's all pumped up. She was all dressed up today, and she's pumped up, you know. So she said, David, I just want to help the people. So that really touched our hearts. So, and again, I said it earlier, I want to thank all the people, the town employees, and working with all the fire department, ambulance. And I mean, you see the ambulance going, you see fire trucks all over this island with all the people. And we didn't lose a life, like Mr. Ronnie said. So I want to tell y'all, thank y'all, and keep the support. But we're working on some funding in different areas. You heard Mr. Weldon talk, our little levy board, we just had a meeting at 4 o'clock. There's a lot of construction going on. And looked like today, Mr. Reed found out that the DOT is going to wait after the top of the rodeo to start blacktopping. So at first it was all pumped up, but I guess for safety reasons, and looked like they're ready to get this done. It's 2 miles. We're going to get this done pretty quick. So have a little patience. Now you can come a little early. You don't have to come a little early for the rodeo or any one of the things. But I think it was a good choice to do that. So the senator said, I didn't know nothing about it, and I agreed. He said, well, David, that's the right call. So, look, you know, working with little Timmy Kern and working with all the administration in Jefferson Parish, and they could tell you, we could call any one of them, and they've been great to us. But Timmy goes out his way because he represents the island of Lafitte. And I know the chief is working to try. We're gonna have a meeting with the sheriff and try to hire some locals like we talked about. During the rodeo, that's why we're gonna be mixing, talking with them, and the sheriff, we're gonna be meeting with them. So we're gonna make our ties with them and try to hire 2 more boys. That would help out his budget. In the meantime, I know y'all been talking to Timmy and Jennifer, we all call school board like we talked about. You know, we want to come in and get the parish to come back with a vacuum truck to start cleaning the ditches out a little bit more. And talking to Timmy, and I know he talked to Brian and Michael, and I know y'all been talking about it, all of us. We need them to come in after the rodeo and maybe get something going. So we're talking about that. So that's going to help out a lot. And we've been cleaning a lot of ditches, and it's a lot of people is not happy, but a lot are happy. We're trying, but we're focusing on the beach right now. I don't care how much it rains right now. Just give it a little time to drain. But right now, we focus on the beach to bring our people in. And listen, it's all over on Facebook. You see it all over. I don't have it. I got a 6-year-old grandson. Papi, they love Grand Isle. He's showing me on the phone in my living room.
Yeah.
So I'm just telling you that thank God that we have y'all. And just keep on moving. But I want to compliment the board and also the levy board members and even Mr. Weldon with the Port Commission. And even our engineers is on top of things. And then my girls, my ladies right here. My employees inside. Y'all have no clue. You had some people that have no patience, and you out there, you have no reason to call a secretary or one of our ladies up there and start raising hell and using different types of words. That ain't going to happen in my office. Have a lot of respect. Give us time. We're going to be there. If it's a gas leak, a water leak, we're going to be there. If it's a fire, we're going to be there. But I'm just tired of some of them calling, and I'm out there to the public. I want you to come and respect us and give us a little time. Because many, many people's in line to get permits. Many, many people wants to hear where their property at. We're there. Just give us a little while. But to come in on a Friday at 2:30 when we close the town hall at 3, and you wonder why we can't do 10 pages for you. Come a little earlier. Come during the week. Take a day off. And then maybe we can move things faster. You know, and it's crazy. What Ian goes through and what these ladies go through, It's amazing. It's amazing. 95% is good. But I have to tell you that out there. And they run down the stairs and say, well, I can't believe you closed Friday. Yeah, close it an hour early. So we do. So just have a little patience. Come on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But when you're coming down, we want you to go straight to your camp. Your gas is on, your water's on, everything's good. But when you get calls, we go out there and we do what we got to do. And got some out there that really don't, want to know why it can't happen. And I have to speak out of my heart. The little crew that we got, we run and we do what we got to do. If it's on your side, give me a water or gas. If it's on your side, we're going to go out and we're going to make sure that we get outside. And some of my guys, if you got the parts, we're going to do it for you. So I just got to speak out of my heart and tell you that just respect what we have as employees, respect the policemen, respect all of us. And we all neighbors, and God's good. And like I said, as long as one grain of sand to plant the American flag, we ain't going nowhere else. And let me tell you, people love this place. And I'll be in Baton Rouge tomorrow. Got some meetings going on tomorrow, and there's some more money available. I'll be there. And as far as the housing authority, we're moving on that. We're trying to go to Washington on that. We're putting some guys together that's working all along the states. We think that we can get some of the Coast Guard back. And I'm not going to give you too much information, but it's starting to move. And you remember, from day one, I told you the lady said something's going to happen by August. So far, we don't know what she's doing, but we're pushing as a team. We're pushing as a team to get on board that we're going to continue to bring the housing, to bring people back, to bring our numbers back. And that's what we're working on. And just by getting that done, there's a lot of people, not a lot, but people want to come back home. Some people want to come and retire here. And like I said, they love this place. But just to see, take a ride to the end of the island, go look at the Coast Guard station. It's been just shut down since Ida. And you put 3 Cajun carpenters in there, in 1 week they can fix 2 of them. That's what I'm talking about. It's a shame. The pillars are right, the foundations are right, and they can be fixed. And y'all tour it. We all tour it on the bus with the governor. So that's the updates I have. I'll be meeting with them back and forth tomorrow in Baton Rouge to see where we're at. But I have all along the coast that we're trying to get together. Instead of, people want to move, they want to move North Carolina. When a storm gets hit, they want to move away from the coast. That's bull. That we can put kids back into school, and that's our dream, to come back and bring them. They're living in Thibodeau, some of them, they want to come back, but they want a nice place to stay. And it's called workforce housing. So there's nothing else in the world that we saw a swimming pool abandoned, and we got seesaws abandoned, and we got buildings abandoned. Just think if we bring them children today and put them in a swimming pool, that first time the town of Grand Isle has a swimming pool for the kids next to their homes. I'm just using that so that school bus can pick these kids up and bring them to school. I think we're all on the same page, and if we get 6 out of them and put 6 families in there, that's what we want, is to bring them families back. And I have to tell you that we're working on it. I haven't been giving you reports because you remember the last time Veronica told us they were working, give us till August. So again, at some of the meetings I'll be in tomorrow, but I want to let you know that we're also working on capital outlay requests. We talked about that. It's a well and talk about we put the fill paper out. So we know what listen to you people. We know drainage. We know we need housing, and we know we got the best police department, fire department, ambulance, and we got people like y'all that's spending so much money. Got some great places. And for people that's out there, have a little patience, but we're working hard on every way we can. Thank God there's no storm so far. That makes a difference to create and bring property together. So I go on and on, but I want to thank all of y'all. So thank y'all so much. God bless you.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Moved by James, second.